in the Shraddha murder case. Now, police has reportedly come to know from the search history of Aftab's phone that he had also searched about the famous Anupama Gulati murder case of 2010. Now, Anupama murder case, viewers, also happened exactly like the Shraddha murder case. In that too, her husband Rajesh Gulati had killed his wife, and after the murder, he disposed of his wife's dead body after watching some English films. After the murder, he brought a deep freezer and kept his wife's dead body in it for about 3 months. Rajesh Gulati also used to throw the pieces of the dead body in the jungle on the sides of the Mussoorie-Dehradun road every day when he used to drop their children to school. After the murder, Rajesh Gulati was continuously talking to his brother through the wife's phone. Obviously, Mahima is still live with us. Mahima, this is another big revelation coming in the Shraddha murder case. Extremely shocking. Really shows the depravity of this mind. He's not only inspired by some American crime shows. After committing the murder, he continued searching for similar crimes, perhaps getting inspired from them, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Meenakshi, because like you earlier also pointed out that this could not happen in the heat of the moment. And if it happened, somebody would not go to such an extent of chopping off the body into 35 pieces, usage of chemicals, how to, chop off the body, because if someone dies, it is very difficult to chop off human body. Nobody can chop off human body. And watching, searching it on Google, watching the YouTube, searching, the links, how to chop off human body, how to dispose of the human body by using the chemicals, nonetheless, how to remove the stains from the floor, the blood stains from the floor. So a lot of revelations that have been made, by the Delhi police sources also that, though there are discrepancies, Megha, because he's giving a very vague answer to each and every question that is put forth by the Delhi police. But also, if we go onto the social media account, nonetheless, he searched onto a lot of things. He was inspired by a web series named as Dexter. He watched on to Drishyam, and now another revelation that we have just made. So there's a lot of inspiration that he got, or what was his psyche at that given point in time. So a lot of things needs to be checked, needs to be investigated. That was he also blackmailing Shraddha? Because if somebody does not want to keep a relationship with anybody, does not go on chopping somebody into 35 pieces,
exactly,
and then going on to an extent, Meenakshi.
Right.
Yes.
And that's a very significant point you are making. Let me take that across to Dr. Pankaj. He's a psychiatrist who's also live with us on the broadcast, and then I'll go to Ved Bhushan ji as well. Dr. Pankaj, first, what do you really have to say about the depravity of this mind? As I said earlier, what really makes a person so perverse that you not only commit a murder, you chop a person to pieces, and to do such a ghastly and grisly act, you get inspired by real life crimes, by watching these shows which are based on serial killers. Many of us watch violent shows, but nobody really goes to the extent of committing such a heinous crime. Would you say that this itself shows that it's a pre-planned crime? It's not something which happened at the heat of the moment.
Exactly. Although I can't say a confirmatory about this case, police is doing the investigation, and they will come out with the facts soon. I believe that. But coming back to your question, yes, we should see how nerve-chilling act it is. It is a horrendous crime, and I have no words. It has shaken the whole nature and soul of the nation, I would say. So a person like this can't just do it in heat of the argument. Just he did something. It has to be planned, premeditated, worked in mind, and he must have murdered the person not just once. He has murdered the person multiple times in his brain. In his fantasies, he will do this way, he will do that way, and probably he is a chef. He was probably very much well versed with the use of knives, all types of knives. So probably that would have been the basic and the comfortable way to kill the person. He would have reenacted the act in his mind again and again, and he would have come up with the most foolproof plan according to his own mentality. And this is really very, very saddening and frightening here. Doesn't seem to be just out of impulse act. It's probably a premeditated plan, and it seems to be hardcore person's plan. who can do, you can
Exactly. It seems to be premeditated and not an act of passion. Ved Bhushan sir, if you could come in here, how important and significant are these findings for the police when it comes to proving the case in the court of law? The cyber trails, the tracking of the phone, the fact that this man was Googling such grisly incidents which took place in the past, very, very clinching evidence which could help the cops, the Delhi police, nail the man in the court of law, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with the Dr. Pankaj Kumar. He rightly said he was a trained chef. Apart from this, he was working in call center. He was know how to surf, how to see the web series or Dexter and other things which in the public domain. The most important thing, the police recovery is being made, will be sent to CFSL for expert opinion. And I hope and so that all the related evidences will read in the court during the trial of this case, and hopefully all things police will left no stone unturned, and it is not a case of heat of moment case. It's a pre-planned and premeditated case. His preparation was there, action was there, and how to dispose of the body after murder, everything was planned. One thing is very important. He was taken the parts of chopped body in a plastic bag and he throw in the jungle, in the forest, by cleaning the plastic bag, so that all the ants, janivar and whatever animals living in the forest will bite the part of the Shraddha's body. He was very, very well planned, and he think everything in his mind.
Will this make the analysis of the samples challenging? The fact that, they've not really recovered, the police has recovered about 20 body parts, many still missing, the skull is still missing, only bones have been recovered, a DNA test has been ordered. How challenging is it going to be for the police to gather all scientific and clinching and especially the forensic evidence? That remains the key question, and it's going to be a question which we will ponder upon, and of course the case which we will keep revisiting through the course of the day. For
more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.